minute, guys. We're restarting the session, so it might take longer than the usual 10-minute wait time, so we'll be right back.
never told us where the easy part begins. The story that they sold us keeps us hanging from the end. So we'll keep on starting the fires, thinking we'll smoke out the liars. We don't give up when we're tired. That isn't the way that I'm wired. Waiting avalanches are the calm before the fall. Lightning, when it flashes, tells the story of it all. So we'll keep on starting the fires, thinking we'll smoke out the liars. We don't give up when we're tired. That isn't the way that I'm wired. We own the future. We own the future. Someday, someday, we're gonna rule the world. Someday, we're gonna rule the world. Counting down to explosion. I hear the moment approaching. Someday, someday, we're gonna rule the world. We own the future. We own the future. Our blood runs cold like we're reborn. Our eyes light up like a thunderstorm. There are no locked doors anymore. We own the future. We own the future. Whoa, someday, someday, we're gonna rule the world. I know someday we're gonna rule the world. Counting down to explosion. I hear the moment approaching. Someday, someday, we're gonna rule the world. We own the future. Someday, someday soon. We own the future. Someday. We own the future. Someday, someday soon. We own the future. We're gonna rule.
The moment that everyone has been waiting for is finally here. Welcome back to Shake and Bake Sim TV, and welcome to the Season 2 finale of the Shake and Bake Racing League. 4 drivers, 1 final race. It is the Shake and Bake Championship race from Homestead Miami Speedway. 135 laps, 200 miles, and only one of those 4 drivers will be crowned the Season 2 Shake and Bake Champion. Points do not matter. The first one out of those 4 drivers to cross the finish line under the checkered flag will be crowned the Season 2 Shake and Bake Champion. Tensions are high. It is finale time. Who will come out on top of the world and have the honor of naming themselves champion? We shall find out in 135 laps time. Every sweat, every tear that have shed in this season, it will all come down to this final race. And you're looking at one of the men right now in the championship for Jaden Newson, the man to beat, regular season champion and the season 1 Shake and Bake champion, looking to make it 2 times champion here tonight.
I sent you.
And it's Harold Wilson, second driver, still winless in a season 2. And even though he does not have any wins, a championship trophy will gladly go in his name if he manages to beat out the other 3 drivers. Davin Thornhill had a very rough start to the season, but in round 5 bounced all the way to the top at Vegas. Great win, back-to-back wins at Richmond. And he has quickly risen up the ranks to be in the spot that he deserves right now. And the final driver, Charlie Jones, which you just saw there in the number 3 Chevy, the underdog of the championship 4. How will his journey be destined here at this championship race? He is, of course, the massive underdog going in here. Final one to secure a spot. Beat out Brockmeyer to secure that spot last week at Martinsville. So pressure is on for all of these drivers. It will be a fun one to watch. Get started here to kick off qualifying. Qualifying is underway. There is Charlie Jones. Out of turn 2 he goes, trying to get a fast time here. So far it is Harold Wilson at the top with 32.42. A lot of yellow sectors. Here comes Charlie Jones. What does he have in store for him? Oh, no improvement for Charlie Jones. He is at 6. Harold Wilson looks like he will have a pole position in his hands to kick off this championship finale. Wow. And pole position here in the most crucial race of the season is gonna be a very, very big one here. As Newson, I believe Newson is still trying to set up a lap time. But oh my goodness. As we are getting ready to kick it off here. Are you ready for this? And here we go. Here we go. It is time to crown a champion. Harold Wilson is on pole position.
I got
How
hold in a
will
shit
this
L race.
turn out? As we're getting ready to settle in here. Alrighty, let's try and get everything set up here. Let's try and get some interviews with these folks. Let's see how this goes. Let me try and get interviews here with some of the drivers. Here we go. Alrighty.
So we're just gonna sit here for another 8 minutes.
Alrighty, here we go. First off, before we get this underway, let's get and take a look at our Championship 4 drivers. First up, Harold, you're at pole position here at Homestead in this championship finale. How do you feel and how do you think this outcome is going to go?
I'm shocked, to be honest, but had a good run there. Hope to keep it going this whole race and hopefully bring his championship home.
Alrighty, wishing you the best of luck. Let's take a look here. Jaden Newson, are you there?
Yes, sir.
There you go, Jaden. Previous seasons, you did a very, very good job at Homestead. what do you think you have to do to secure your second Shake and Bake Championship here tonight?
Honestly, I think patience is key. 135 laps isn't the most amount of laps we've had, but this track is definitely hard on the car, hard on the tires. So consistency, keep it off the wall, and just keep it clean.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Let's take it right beside you. Davin Thornhill, you there?
Yes, sir.
Davin, you went from the bottom of the standings at the start of the season, quickly rose up round 5, back-to-back wins round 5 and 6, and now you find yourself here in the Championship 4. How do you feel about your performance overall this season, and what do you think you have what it takes to get the championship here at Homestead?
I'm pretty happy. To win this one, I pretty much just need to do what I've been doing all season. That's take care of my car, manage my tires, be patient.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Last but not least, is Charlie there?
Yep, I got you loud and clear, man.
Charlie, of course, a ton of people are saying you are the underdog coming into this Championship 4. How do you feel about your appearance here, first of all? And again, like we asked the others, you're going up against one of the best top 3. How do you feel about your chances here tonight to win this championship and snatch it away from those 3?
Well, anything can happen. I'm just honored to be here. I raced pretty hard all season, and I earned my spot. And thanks to Chris Saferight out there for racing the Roval for me. He got me one step further, but it's going to come down to tire wear and patience. That'll be the key to this, and not get caught up in anything. But I'm just honored to be here. I'm ready to go. Let's rock and roll.
Alrighty, thank you very much. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, your championship finale. Let's get this rolling. Here we go. A lot here at stake. Everything, the whole season, the sweat and tears you've built up and have shed, all to this one final race. Here we go.
Make sure to clear everyone's blacks again.
Here we go. One final time. We're excited. Shake the nerves off. Harold Wilson, Davin Thornhill, Jaden Newson, Charlie Jones.
Once we get out of
Only
turn 2, clear
one-
a black so everyone...
Only one of those drivers will get the chance to be crowned champion. And for the final time in Season 2, it's time to shake it before you bake it. It's green flag at Homestead. It's time to crown a champion. And 3 wide immediately on the start. Everyone is hungry for this. Jaden Newson on the outside immediately takes the lead of this race. Newson, Wilson, Jones, Thornhill, those are your positions for the Championship 4 drivers. We go immediately single file here. And I don't even wanna imagine the amount of stress and pressure that these Championship 4 drivers currently have to be going through. Harold Wilson in third, started in pole position, but on that immediately, turn 1 and 2, lost it out. Stefan Wagner got through, and Jaden Newson got through. And that is one of the drivers that you could not let through here. Jaden Newson, very excellent driver here at Homestead as he looks for his second shake and bake title. Harold Wilson, winless all season, looking for a championship. Thornhill with 4 race wins, looking for a championship. The underdog, Charlie Jones, looking for what would be an absolute Cinderella story if he manages to pull it off. There goes Zito trying to break through, go in front of his teammate, and I believe they are still side by side. No, Wilson will have the position cleared. And a big gap is already forming. You do not want that. Try to stay as close as possible here. If you're just tuning in to Shake and Bake Sim TV, welcome to the Shake and Bake Championship race, the Season 2 finale here at Homestead. 4 drivers, 1 will come out as champion. Comment down below, who do you think out of these Championship 4 drivers highlighted in the pink, who do you think will come out on top and be known as Season 2 champion coming out of Homestead tonight? This is how the stages will be split up today. Stage 1 ends at lap 35. Stage 2, 35 more laps with a little bump there. And that's going to be our first caution. Stage 2 ending lap 70. And that is going to be our first caution of the race. Too much of a bump there by Harold Wilson into the back of Stefan Wagner. And just like that, our first caution of the championship race will come flying out. There's the bump. Try to get out of the way, but damage is already there. You can see everyone there checked up. Very, very fortunate that a lot of drivers saved it. As we will get ready to get this rolling underway here once again. And now you can shake a little bit of those nerves off. Let's see who is going to come through pit lane. About everyone. Wow. Everyone through on pit lane here. And our first race off pit road will come very quickly. Who wins this race off pit road? We are gonna find out. Still trying to get there. Jaden Newson. Then it's Charlie Jones. Zito. Thornhill. Brockmeyer. Harold Wilson got stuck on pit road. I'm guessing he had to fix a little bit of the damage he had there. And he will be the last one to come out of pit road. Wow. Tons of spots dropped there by Harold Wilson. As we get ready to get this going back underway here. Collect everyone up, and now we are gonna go to choose our lanes. Charlie Jones in a very good spot. Started at the very back, and now he is in P2 or P3, depending on which line he chooses. This is gonna be a very exciting race. Let's see what happens here. Here we go as we get ready to choose our lines here. This is going to be a very crucial thing here tonight. Jaden Newson to the outside. Jones will go into the inside. So Newson will choose the high line here. And to me, that is the smartest move. You will see how well the Highline operates here at Homestead. Charlie Jones will be at the front row on the inside. As we get ready to kick it off here once again. Here we go. Everyone is wondering how the outcome of this race will go. It's gonna be a doozy to find out here tonight. As here we go. Pace car is coming in. Jaden Newson will control the start. As we're getting ready to go. Green flag, and we're off once again at Homestead. Great start for Jaden Newson. Leaves everyone in the dust. Charlie Jones immediately holding the inside. Trying to go side by side with his teammate there. And he goes back to the inside. Davin was there. Almost contact between teammates. And that's going to be even more punishing when both of them are currently fighting for a championship. It's going to be 3 wide. Brockmeyer moves back on the high lane. And look at this fight for second. The battle between the championship 4 teammates. Harold is lurking behind though. Don't count him out just yet. Side by side. Thornhill looks like he has the edge here. Can he clear him though? Trying to close the gap. Jones is still there. And now he will get the clearance. Thornhill secures second, but now he has to hunt down the 78 forward of Newson, who is leading this race. And again, stage points do not matter for those 4. You have to be the first one to the checkered flag. That's all that matters. But already big gap between Thornhill and Newson. Newson is a 1.5 seconds in front. And here comes Harold Wilson. The top 4 in the top. The champion 4 in the top 4. I meant to say, and Wilson now trying to make the move on Jones to climb up the rankings. Still not clear just yet. Jones trying to keep that high line going. Save up those tires. Harold will get through here, and he will, but Jones is on the attack. Here comes Charlie Jones down the inside. He knows that out of all these races, this is the one where he has to give it his all. He has nothing to lose now. This is the race where he has to keep focused, keep pushing until he sees that checkered flag to be able to complete the Cinderella story. But he is fading Gino Zito, trying to get in with him. Charlie will stay ahead. Let's take a look at these top 3 here. Thornhill. Him and Jaden, he has to close that gap immediately. Harold Wilson is hunting down the 32. Decently sized gaps. Let's take a look here on board with our first Shake and Bake Crank It Up, presented by Logitech. Take it away. Still trying to go with him there. Side by side, there's the move that Harold was looking for. He's still not clearing Davin though. Can he clear him going into turn 1 and 2? Davin doing a good job at holding that outside lane. Can Wilson close the window? Not quite. Looks like the nose is still there. And Wilson on turn 3 takes the opportunity, and it's past the 32. But Davin is not backing out of this just yet. You know that he's going to try his absolute best here. As Harold now goes on the hunt to Jaden Wilson. The gap has closed. This will be interesting to see. Charlie Jones back into P4, currently fighting it out with Gino Zito. And everyone has some help in this race. Newson has Hendershot. Wilson has both Zito and Brockmeyer. And Thornhill and Jones have Wagner. So this is going to be a very interesting race that we will witness. Harold, though, the gap to Newson was at 2 seconds. Now it's down all the way to just 5/10. 9 laps to go on stage 1. Closing the gap slowly but surely. As here comes Wilson. He might have a shot here out of turn 2. Not quite, but he can set it up here going to 3 and 4. Jaden will remain ahead. Newson doing a great job at running the outside lane. And there is your top 3 so far, all fighting for a championship. Charlie Jones trying to get in the mix as well. But you can see the gap between those 3. It's not really there, and it's a Ford versus Chevy versus Toyota. How about that? Six laps to go on stage 1. Does Harold have a move to try and get that leader start going to stage 2? Again, points don't matter. You just gotta focus on that track position at the end of the stages. So if Harold Wilson can get the stage win here, he will have leader discretion at the restart, and that can potentially create a very good gap, just like Newson did there on the caution restart earlier. Four laps to go. Again, if you're just tuning in, welcome to the Shake and Bake Championship race. Let us know down below, who do you think will be the one coming out of Homestead as champion? Does Harold have any move here on the 78 before the stage. And not to forget, you can see there Davin slowly lurking up behind. Three miles left on stage one. Jaden seems to be holding down that lead. There's Thornhill scraping the outside wall there going into turn one. As we will see here, the final lap on stage one. Jaden trying to hold him off here. He just has a mile and a half to hold him off. Harold, does he have anything in the bag? It doesn't appear to be so. And so the first stages of this championship finale will go the way of Jaden Newson. What a start to this second title hunt for the 78. The other three drivers, again, you knew the him right here. This was the man to beat. What do you have to adjust? What do you have to do to make sure that this doesn't happen going into the checkered flag where everything matters? Stage one down here in the Shake and Bake Championship race. We'll get the results and we'll be right back to kick off stage number two.
Give me two, brother.
Here we go. We're getting ready to kick off stage number 2 here. As everyone is getting ready to choose their lane. This can play a very crucial part here. Let's try and get with Davin Thornhill here. Davin, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Davin, you finished stage 1 in the top 3. Obviously, stage points are right now not the main focus. You have Harold and Jaden in front of you, Charlie behind you. So you're kind of in a sandwich here. What is your next move? What do you plan to do to make sure that you come out on top here going into the checkered flag?
Hopefully I can get out a little ahead on the line, and just keep my car clean.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Wishing you the best of luck. Here we go. Stage 2 coming underway here. Jaden Newson has control at the start, and we're green flag back at Homestead. And it's a great start for almost everyone. Davin and Harold side by side. Davin will be the one this time to get the edge, but Harold's not gonna let it go. Here comes Wilson down the inside. Same move that he had, and he has his teammate right behind him to help him along the way. Charlie Jones there, gonna line up behind Brockmeyer. You have to get a move on here. This is no exceptions, no excuses. You gotta give it everything you got. Oh, and Thornhill's into the wall. He keeps it going though. Brockmeyer does the same. And Jones will get the advantage here on Brockmeyer. So far, this is looking like a very dominant performance by Jaden Newson. Are the rumors true about Arca? We shall see. We shall see. No spoilers. Wilson again trying to make the same move that he did to Thornhill to take that second spot away. But Thornhill this time with a much better defense. And now it's Davin who goes into the inside to take advantage of Newson here. That gap is slowly starting to decrease, but Harold Wilson now at the back of Thornhill here. So now he has something to deal with on both sides of the field. And Harold is looking to make his way back into the second spot. Here we go, look at the slingshot there. Still side by side, get as much side draft as you can, and this looks like it will be the move to put Harold ahead. And it will. Harold Wilson on turn 2, back into P2. And now the hunt for the 78 Ford begins once again. Jones as well. It's only a car in between him and the rest of the Championship 4 drivers. How about that gap though? It was a 5/10. Now at 3/10. He couldn't make the move on the end of stage 1. Let's see if he can make it now with plenty of laps left until the end of stage 2. Two tenths. Again, just trying to close the gap more and more. And Newson, I'm convinced, is looking more at his mirrors than he is in front of him. Trying to match Harold's energy as Harold goes into the outside wall. Trying to match his pace. If he sees that Harold doesn't have a good enough run, he'll go to the outside. If he thinks he's in danger, he's gonna take a quicker inside line. And it looks like he was in a little bit of danger there. Out of 2. Charlie Jones in the back trying to get past Gino Zito. And here we go. Harold side by side with Jaden. Here is the run for the money. Still side by side on the exit of 4. Is going to go down into turn 1 and 2. Does Harold have enough speed? Yes, he will. Harold Wilson passed Jaden Newson into the race lead for the second time. And now Newson is the one put on the pressure. Thornhill trying to get up there. Charlie Jones behind them. The 2 Chevys at BBA Racing trying to make it work. Zito and Jones are still side by side. What a fight those two are having back there for P4. Gino Zito has put on an incredible drive this season. Won the wild card race at Talladega. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to boost them in the Championship 4, but what a wonderful playoff appearance and a playoff race win with that marvelous win at Talladega. I know Harold Wilson has a ton of fans. If there's any Harold Wilson fans in the chat, how are your chances looking at a potential Shake and Bake Championship here tonight? Can you imagine if a first place win would be coming along with a Shake and Bake Championship added to the collection? Newson. Here we go. Trying to get his spot back. Harold stays ahead. 14 laps to go on stage 2. Wow, what an absolute race this has been. And we're not even halfway done. We still have a lot to go until we crown ourselves the champion. Like Newson said in those pre-race interviews, 135 laps. Not the most amount of laps that we have done. And not the most, I guess you could say, hard-working task to make 135 laps. But these 135 laps will be the most important ones of your life. Every second counts. There's Davin Thornhill just trying to get back into it. Get back into the rhythm. Charlie Jones has to get past Gino Zito there. As you can see, Thornhill rising up the track quite a lot. And that is what has been slowing him down. He has to find that rhythm again. Maybe there, Newson looked like he kind of lifted too much there. And Thornhill is in a closer gap than Newson is to Harold Wilson. Thornhill might have the move here in a little bit. The question is, where can he make it stick? Here we go. Oh, big impacts to the outside wall. That's going to ruin his run there. That could have been the move. Oh, but look at this. Newson is also into the outside wall. Thornhill with the draft. Into turn 1. Is he through coming out of 2? He is. Davin Thornhill into P2, and Newson drops back the spot, but he's not done yet. Into turn 3, he's going to fight for the second spot. He does not want to go down one more after losing the lead to Harold Wilson. Out of 4, Thornhill will still prevail with 8 laps to go on stage 2. There's the move Thornhill was waiting for. And now all of the tables have been turned on Newson. Now he's the one behind the pack of the top 3. And now Thornhill, sandwiched in the middle, has 2 tasks at hand. Keep Newson out and try to catch up to that 83 Toyota. 6 to go. In the same position that we were just a couple laps earlier. Count him down to the end of stage 2, and then we will go into the final stage where everything will be on the line. 3 to go here. Newson lost a ton of momentum, lost his rhythm, and now he finds himself at the bottom of the top 3. Trying to do whatever he can, and he might just have to hold his 3rd position going into the end of stage 2. Oh, and I believe he is into the wall. He is. Here we go, final lap of stage 2, coming your way. And what a move he put back there to take the stage home. Harold Wilson couldn't get it done in the first one. He will redeem himself in the second one. Harold Wilson wins stage number 2 of this championship finale at Homestead. Wow, what a performance. We have ourselves a big battle for this championship, ladies and gentlemen. Same thing that we did in stage 1. We'll be right back, get in the results, and we're gonna get ready to kick off the final stage of the night. Don't go anywhere. Race off pit road here. How will this turn out to go? Harold Wilson stays in front. Big battle there for those last positions. My goodness. That's gonna get everyone back up here. Let's try and get ourselves in here with Jaden Newson. He gets past Thornhill here on the race off pit road. Here we go. Jaden, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Jaden, you got the stage 1 win. Unfortunately, now you faded there on the end of stage 2 and you find yourself in P3. But with that spot back on the race off pit road, what do you think you have to do to replicate that stage 1 victory to get yourself all the way to the checkered flag to become a 2-time Shaken Big champion?
Honestly, I think I just got to conserve as best as I can. Harold and Davin have found something that I clearly have not, so I got to figure that out as quick as I can, or else this championship will not be mine.
Alrighty, thank you for your time. Wishing you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Here we go. Final stage underway. It's green flag at Homestead. This is the final stage of season 2. And Harold Wilson immediately putting on the gas. Jaden Newson trying to go up high. Oh, not there for the block. This might be 3 wide. No, Newson takes advantage of it and gets past him. Here comes Thornhill, though, on the outside. Wilson looks like he's holding strong there at the bottom. Oh, and there's contact. And Wilson goes around. Caution is out. Oh, big contact. That is a playoff driver. And that is not what you want to see. Harold Wilson, contact with Thornhill. Oh, no. And this has
You're good, Carter.
shaken
You're good,
up
Cardi B.
everything. What a turn of events. A single caution can change the entire aspect of this race. Wow, unbelievable. Let's take a replay at that. Definitely a scary incident. Thornhill there just trying to keep it going. And the little neck right there is all that it takes. Almost saved it. Oh, but Wagner had nowhere to go. And Hendershot collects him as well. Hopefully not a ton of damage on that 83. But it's just an unfortunate thing to see, as of course everyone will take a trip down pit road here. Or not everyone, actually. Only 3. Brockmeyer, Wilson, and Wagner coming into pit road. Oh, Our second incident caution of the night. And one that may have just altered the entire championship trajectory. But hopefully, I believe he still has some fast repairs. Or he's saving them, so let's see how this goes. Getting ready for our drivers to choose their lines here once again. And it is time to pick your lines. Stefan Wagner gonna get the free Lucky Dog Pass.
No, you're good, brother.
Charlie goes low. So he will choose the track position here down at the bottom. How this race has gone, we're gonna get restarting this back up to the green flag on lap 80. Jaden Newson is your current race leader. 3 lead changes throughout the entire course between Harold Wilson and Jaden Newson. It's been 4 cautions for 14 laps, 2 of those for incidents, 2 of those for the stage breaks. Here we go. Time to kick off the final stage once again here with this restart. Charlie Jones in a very good position. Let's see how it turns out for him. It's green flag back at Homestead. Did Charlie get the step on? It looks like he did. Charlie Jones back at the front of this field. Oh, and that looking to be a risky block on his teammate. Thornhill to the inside, side by side, the VBA teammates who are battling each other for a championship. And there's a caution. So a caution will be thrown. What has happened here? Oh, it will be Carter Brockmeyer who will let the caution come out. Let's take a look at exactly what happened. Looks to be contact with Wagner. And there is just that tough fight there at the back. Contact with Hendershot. Loses it, tries to save it, but just a tiny knack of Wagner. And Brockmeyer is around. Cannot save that one. The king of saves. Unfortunately, in the championship finale, it's going to be 0-1 against him and his saves so far.
No, you're good, brother. I'm watching you. Right on.
Let's see, did Jaden Newson cross the line there? Oh no, Barely missed it. So now, the championship 4 in the top 4, it's Newson and Thornhill side by side, Jones and Wilson behind them. Here we go. Charlie Jones has been at the front there. P2 has been his highest, but he has to keep that pace going. Current issue is that he's not getting his rhythm. He's losing a ton of momentum. His pace is not there. He has to keep that pace going, or else he's going to continue to fall off to the lower positions. Here we go, gonna be 1 to green this time by. Again, the championship 4 taking up those 2 rows at the front. I am anxious to see how this thing unfolds. Here we go, getting ready to kick off the final stage once again. Into the restart zone, and it's green flag. Jaden Newson, quick jump, a little bit of a movement there by Jones at the back. And how will this restart treat our championship 4 drivers? Charlie Jones putting the attack on Wilson. Charlie Jones is past Harold Wilson here, but Harold is going to try to fight this position.
Back clear, passing, 4 green.
Here's Thornhill, side by side with Newson. This is for the race lead. Thornhill is in the race lead for, I believe, the first time here tonight. And now the Ford is sandwiched between 2 Chevys. Jones doing a lot better now. Do you think Jones finally found his rhythm? He's been needing it. Newson is not gonna back out of this fight for the race lead. Jaden Newson on the outside. He was clear of Thornhill there, looked for a second, but Davin's gonna continue to fight it here at the bottom. All the way around 3 and 4. And it will be Newson who retakes the lead of this championship race once again here at Homestead. Newson said he had to try and find a thing that Thornhill and Wilson found on stage 2. Do you think he finally found that rhythm that he was so desperately looking for? Harold Wilson on P4, looking to take that top 3 spot away from Charlie Jones. Gino Zito is going to accompany him. Hey, Wilson has some help in the form of the other Toyotas. And there he goes. Wilson, is he past Jones? Like they're still side by side. Still there, and there goes Harold. Charlie's fighting it though. He does not want to give another position away like that again. Wilson, is he through now? Yes, he will. Harold Wilson back into the podium spot. Jones back to P4. It is an all-out brawl between these championship drivers at the front. Wilson now on the attack of Thornhill. Jones isn't that far away either. But that gap though, that gap between Davin and Newson is increasing. You can feel the pressure, you can feel the tension. This is gonna be a very exciting finish here. Again, who will be crowned Shake and Bake Cup Series champion of Season 2? Side by side with Davin. Davin hangs on strong. Will it be the same though, going through 3 and 4? Oh, Thornhill rising up the track a lot. Harold is going to take the opportunity to take advantage of it. Wilson side by side, and it looks like he might just have to move on that 32. Thornhill lost a ton of speed there, and Wilson will get the P2 spot back. Wow. What a fight that was for the P2 spot. Jones still in the back, though. He looks like he's approaching Thornhill much faster now. 40 laps to go. And now I know it may be too early, but if you're one of the Championship 4 drivers right now, that is not Newson because he's in the lead. You have 40 laps left. You start to slowly see those laps count down. It can be very, very stressful. And the two Chevys here maybe trying to work together to at least get them up there. All the way to the front is Charlie Jones trying to make a move on Thornhill and win, and he will do it very cleanly on the inside. It's Thornhill now who will push Charlie Jones. Or maybe not. Here comes Davin now. Still very neatly side by side. What a fight these teammates are giving us. Jones looked like he lost a ton of speed there going into the turn. He will stay in front of Thornhill, though, it seems. Yes, he will. So now Harold Wilson, who has closed the gap on Jaden Newson. Newson, once again, had a second gap, and now it's down all the way to 0.4 of a second. The 83 Toyota is not playing around, even if he was involved in that previous incident. And Stefan Wagner now getting in the mix there with Thornhill and Jones. So all three Chevys clamped up together. Wilson, yeah, it's about 0.3. And look at the fight between all of these Chevys as Wilson tries to close down the gap. We will be near 30 laps to go here. Wagner past Thornhill. Thornhill now in 5th. Let's go in here with our potential last Shake and Bake Crank It Up, presented by Logitech of Season 2. Take it away. .30 laps to go. That is all that is left of Season 2. 30 laps. Trying to do anything that he can to stay on him. He was down to 0.3 of a second at one point. Now it looks like it's gone back to 1 full second. Stefan Wagner past Thornhill and Jones. Thornhill and Jones have just been interchanging positions constantly. And now the Championship 4 drivers might have another obstacle as here comes Stefan Wagner in P3. And look at this. The gap with Newson has increased, but Wagner is now there, right on the tail of Harold Wilson. They need to get their act together here to try and catch up to that 78. Wagner passed Harold Wilson. Wow! Stefan Wagner took us all by surprise while we were focused on the championship for drivers. Wagner from 8th all the way to 2nd. And now, as you can see there on the ticker, 25 laps to go. The closing stages of this championship are among us. Wilson was so close, and he lost that time, and that will surely come back to bite him. Newson, now he sees Wagner behind him, and you cannot imagine the amount of stress relief that Newson must be feeling right now. He has a car behind him distancing himself from Harold Wilson. Let's see how these last laps treat us. Stefan Wagner, I mean, what an absolute maniac. All the way to P2, and he's hunting down Jaden Newson, and the gap is almost not there, all the way down to 5/10. Stefan Wagner trying to do what Harold Wilson couldn't. I mean, just look at that gap. One laps to go. And now the fight for the race win is between these two. But for Jaden, this does not bother him. The one that he needs to look out for is the 83. Which is almost 3 seconds behind him. However, of course, not everything is secured. A caution here would be very, very chaotic. Stefan Wagner, the gap is no longer there. Here goes the move on Newson. No time to waste. He is just going for it. This may or may not open up the opportunity for Harold Wilson to catch up, and Stefan Wagner in the race lead for the first time. Newson is not going to give it up easily, though. Side by side with Wagner. But Stefan still in the lead of this race. 18 laps to go. What a performance by Wagner. But now here comes the first lap traffic of the race. Kyle Hendershot here gonna let Wagner by, and I'm assuming also gonna cleanly let Newson by here. As Hendershot will have now a barrier between the rest of the championship drivers and Newson. Wilson and Thornhill both taking the high line. Again, they're just hoping for a miracle at this point. The gap between Newson and Harold Wilson is 3.5 seconds. Or sorry, not 3.5, 3.3 seconds. So that is a big, massive gap that quite frankly, I don't see Harold closing this gap at all with the last 15 laps left. Stefan Wagner has not won a single race in this league. Currently looking for his first. Meanwhile, in the back, Davin Thornhill actually got past Harold Wilson. So now the question is, will the two try to team up together partially to catch up to the 78? We are nearing the finish of this wonderful and amazing, thrilling season. "12 laps to go here at Homestead. Wagner gets past Brockmeyer. Lap traffic now for Newson. I will say, though, the gap has decreased between Newson and Thornhill. Brockmeyer going to let Newson by. Here we go. 10 laps to go. The final countdown is here. What do you do if you're the other Championship 4 drivers? Thornhill is 2.5 seconds behind. Does he have enough laps to make it stick? Newson just gotta continue putting the pedal to the metal. This could be a big turn of events here. Newson is running the inside lane now. Thornhill is coming in rapid succession. This can be a photo finish for the title. 2 seconds now. Thornhill is recovering as the laps go by, but I don't know if he has enough laps left. 8 to go now. Thornhill is there. Thornhill is absolutely there. Seven laps to go. The question is, does Thornhill have enough laps? Only 7 left. The gap has stayed at 1 second and 7/10. This will be 5 laps to go until we crown ourselves a champion. As you can see, Newson is running the inside line heavily now. Thornhill is trying to do whatever he can. Four laps to go. Look at the gap. It's gone down to just 1 full second now. And now it's down to just 10ths of a second. He will have 3 laps to accomplish it. Here we go. A 7/10 gap with 3 laps to go. Jaden took a great line there. He recovered a lot of that time. Brockmeyer is giving Thornhill a push. Can Newson hang on? 2 laps to go. Jaden Newson will be 3 miles away from a second Shake and Bake title. Five-tenths of a second. Thornhill into the outside wall. The gap is not there. Here we go. Thornhill and Newson side by side. 1.5 miles left. Contact. White flag is out. Davin Thornhill is through. Thornhill has 1.5 miles away from a championship. The 40-year-old rookie from Mississippi on the final lap. It's gonna come down to the wire. Newson is not giving it up. He's gonna continue to fight it. Thornhill into the wall. Newson into the wall. What a season. What a finish. But Davin Thornhill is a shake and bake champion. Wow. I know I just cracked my voice, but you cannot make it up.
Wayne, we got to talk about that though, bro. That is, you can't use the wall.
On the final lap, at the final moment. Are you kidding me? Davin Thornhill is a shake and bake champion. I am at a loss for words. Wow. It all came down to the final lap. It is not over until it's over. And Davin Thornhill will capitalize. It is heartbreak for the 68 of Jaden Newson. But oh my goodness. It is with my honor to say, Davin Thornhill, you're a Shake and Bake Cup Series champion. What a title decider. There it is. You're looking at the Season 2 Shake and Bake champion, Thornhill. Oh my lord. Props to Stefan Wagner as well. Stefan Wagner gets the race win here at Homestead. It's his first race win of the Shake and Bake Racing League. Oh my. Oh my lord. I am in absolute amaze. I need a moment to breathe after that. Jesus Christ. Let's take a look at that replay. Contact between the two. and they both get shot up into the wall. That is the hardest amount of racing that I think I've seen. Thornhill did not give up on it. And Brockmeyer was there with the assist. Thornhill rose up into the wall. Newson also goes into the wall. And it is Thornhill who will capitalize on the final lap of the race to take the crown. These post-race interviews are gonna be a doozy. Oh boy, we'll be right back. And we will get your results here from Homestead Miami Speedway. What a championship finale that was. Should be very simple though. Let me just get these things on here, and oh my goodness. We are good to go. There is your race results. Stefan Wagner gets the race win at Homestead. His first win of the Shake and Bake Cup Series finally achieved here at the finale. Davin Thornhill, P2. Newson, 3. It is Jones, 4th. Harold Wilson, 5th. Followed by Hendershot, Brockmeyer, and Gino Zito. And there is your final championship standings. Oh my goodness. What an absolute show that was. What a race. What a season. Oh my. Let's get up here. Let's get up here to start off the post-race interviews, and I'm sure that these drivers have a lot to say. My goodness. Let's start it up here. Davin, can you hear us?
Oh yeah, I got you.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, my goodness. Davin Thornhill, your Season 2 Shake and Bake champion. Davin, talk me through that. How are you feeling right now? You just won the damn championship on the final lap. How do you feel about your performance here tonight and about that final lap?
Oh man, I'm ecstatic. I was saving tires. I knew there'd be a long, probably green flag run at the end, and I thought I saved them for too long. I thought I was going to run out of laps, and in the last few laps, I ran out of tires. So it didn't look good, man. But here we are. Oh, that was crazy.
You still obviously have some of the emotion there on you. How did you manage to overcome? That was a 2-second gap between you and Newson, and you kept pushing through, and on the final lap, the magic happened, and you just won yourself this championship. How do you feel? Have you still processed that you're a Shake and Bake Cup Series champion?
No, man, it's crazy. That was wild. Man, that was fun at the end with Jaden. I know he's probably upset. But man, 2 seconds down, man, I literally drove the tires off of it trying to catch back up. But a little bumping at the end, man. It's for the championship, you know. I don't blame him. You know, you got to do what you got to do.
Alrighty, my goodness, Davin, is there any shout-outs that you would like to do? Your final shout-outs of Season 2?
Man, first, I want to thank my teammates. I want to thank my fellow competitors, you know. They've raced me good all year for the most part. I want to thank my family, my girls, they're watching. And thank my sponsors. I want to thank my boss. And yeah, man.
My goodness, what an unbelievable race, unbelievable finish to conclude an unbelievable season. Davin, congratulations, man. Go celebrate that championship win. You're a Shake and Bake Cup Series champion.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's get up here. Jaden Newson, my goodness. It is a heartbreak. Newson, are you there?
I'm here, Dwayne.
Jaden, obviously not the result that you would have wanted on the final lap when everything seemed they're just out of reach. Unfortunately, you come up just short. Walk me through it. How do you feel right now? What do you think about your performance overall?
Well, Dwayne, I am personally a hater of people who say things aren't fair, and you know what I mean. But that's just total crap. I'm seeing multiple offenses, including using the wall. You're not Ross Chastain. I'm seeing race manipulation from lap cars on different teams, on different tires, sending guys by me. That's not racing. In the rule, it's in the rule books that you can't use the wall and that race interference. It's Carter's been the most uh, what's the word I'm looking for? He's been the biggest enforcer on cars not being in the playoffs, interfering with playoff drivers, and that was the worst example of that, especially after suspending my teammate for or with interfering with him last week. So I feel cheated out of it. I drove as hard as I could, and I don't think this is the result I should have had.
All right, obviously, tough situation for you. It was an absolute chaotic finish there, but nonetheless, a great run indeed. You will finish second in the final standings. An unbelievable job. Obviously, not quite the result you wanted, but what do you think you're looking for into season 3? Do you think you can get your get back in season 3?
Yeah, I guess so. I think I'm gonna have to make some more friends out there to be able to send me into the corners when my tires aren't fresh anymore. But maybe I should have thought about that with Kyle. So I'm not really sure, Dwayne. I'm at a loss. I'm looking forward to next season with some sponsor announcements and some possible team adjustments and whatnot. So just looking forward to getting in the seat again now that we're out. But just honestly defeated. That is not a way to lose, and I'm gonna stand by that.
Alrighty, Jaden. Thank you very much for your time. Is there any final shout outs that you would like to do?
I'd like to shout out to my sponsors, ASL and Can Racing. I really wanted to win this one for Can Racing tonight. Shout out to Barry, who's the owner of Can Racing. He's a good fella, and wish we could have got this tonight. I'd also like to shout out my parents. I promised them I'd do that, and this is not the way I wanted to do it, but there's your shout out, Mom and Dad. And then I'd like to thank you, Dwayne, most of all. You put the most time and effort and work into this league, and I can't appreciate you enough for it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. That being said, Jaden, congratulations. Obviously, not the result that you wanted, but you should still be very, very proud of how far you've come. Go celebrate that, man.
Thank you.
Alrighty, let's get in here. Harold Wilson, your P4 finisher in the standings. Harold, can you hear us?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Harold, obviously, not the way that you wanted it to go. You had a great run on stage 2, and you looked forward to keeping that going onto the final stage, but unfortunately, you will be short and you will end up 4th in the final standings. How do you feel about your performance, not only in this race, but in season 2 overall?
I think the season was pretty good. I can't complain. Finished second a lot. Finished fourth tonight. That was not my goal. It was P2 for the night. It was a good race coming down to the end. I was trying to watch the stream while racing. Luckily, I didn't tear the car up in the last 3 laps there.
And of course, obviously, big, big, big race that was. Obviously, 4th in the standings, still not bad. You should be very proud of yourself, especially after no wins. Accomplishing that with no wins is absolutely amazing. But what do you think you looking forward to into season 3? Do you think we perhaps see a championship coming your way for season 3?
Also remember Charlie finished in front of me. He also has no wins this year, so
Oh, Charlie
Uh,
finished in P3. What an absolute show he put on us for here tonight. My goodness.
yeah, yeah. Davin and Charlie are on our road racing team, so shout out to both of them. That was a good finish. I'm just ready to go race some GT3s now.
Alrighty, is there any final shoutouts that you would like to do?
Oh, shout out to the boys, Seawalker, Will, and Safe Right, my wife and daughter, and the rest of my family out there watching.
Alrighty, Harold, thank you very much for your time here. Fourth in the final standings. What an absolute show you put on for us this season.
Appreciate it, man.
Alrighty, let's get in here. Is Carter Brockmeyer here? Did he raise his hand to come up here? Yep, there it is. Carter, there you go. How you doing?
I don't know. I preferred to be in the booth, but it is what it is.
Our final race of the season, obviously, you were not in on it, obviously, with your unfortunate elimination last week at Martinsville. But talk me through that final lap. What was going through your head, and what do you have to say to the comments there from Jaden Newsom?
I say, I saw Davin. He did it the lap after it. Davin couldn't control himself from hitting the wall. His tires were gone, but he was giving it all it got. And I was just helping my old teammate out. We talked before the race. We kind of came up with a game plan, kind of help each other out. I was not expecting to race, so I was kind of shocked by it. But yeah, no, I think there's nothing wrong with what I did. That's just racing.
Alrighty, and of course, obviously, still, what an absolute show that was. Obviously, you contributed there to Thornhill's championship win. What an absolute show this was. What do you look forward to going into season 3?
Not being injured for the entire season and getting a lot more stage wins.
Fair enough. That is fair enough.
That's the only reason I was able to stay close to Charlie in the playoffs anyways, because of Daytona. And Atlanta, I think.
Yes, it was Daytona and Atlanta. Pretty sure you also raced Bristol. But oh my goodness. Is there any shout-outs that you would like to do?
Family, friends, Davin, Charlie, everyone. I mean, it was a great race. I practiced none for it. I really just tried to give as many people as much room as I could until there at the end when I was helping. I still call him a teammate, even if we're not on the same team. So yeah, just good friends. I know. I'm glad that I know him and we're good friends. So I might be a traitor to Charlie, but he still loves me. So.
Alrighty, Carter. Is there any final shout-outs that you would like to do?
Nah, just you for doing what you do in this league.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, said Carter Brockmeyer, your P7 finisher here at Homestead, P9 finisher, or sorry, P5 finisher in the final standings. What an absolute season. Thank you very much for your time up here. Alrighty, let's get up here. Our final championship 4 driver. Charlie, you there? There you go. Let's see if we can hear him. Hold on. Charlie, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
There you go. Now we can hear you.
There we go.
Charlie, obviously, you're the underdog coming into this race. And still, obviously, maybe not the result that you would have wanted, but that is still from all the way at the bottom of the standings to struggling with pace issues in the regular season to finishing 3rd in the final standings of the championship 4. How do you feel about your performance here tonight?
I feel great, all things considered,
obviously would have loved to win it, but I knew who I was up against, and they were all really good drivers. And um, my pace during the regular season wasn't consistent enough, but my driving was consistent enough to make it into the playoffs and get through those and get all the way to the championship four. So for me, that's a win, and that just is like breath of fresh air for next season. Like, let's go, let's get it on.
And obviously, I don't know if you guys know about this, but Charlie Jones, Davin Thornhill, Stefan Wagner, all those contributed. You guys are the Season 2 Team Championship winners. VBA Racing takes home the Team Championship title. How do you feel about that?
Yippee-ki-yay, man. That's what's up. Teamwork makes the dream work, man.
What an absolute season.
I'm proud of that. Very proud of that.
Is there any final shout-outs that you would like to do?
Just my teammates, all my competitors, my family. My whole family was watching tonight, and some friends, so it was cool. And cheer me and on. And Davin, you'll appreciate that at the end. My wife, I could hear her downstairs yelling your name. It was awesome. And she was just cheering for you because she knew, my daughter was like, if Charlie can't win, who are we going for? And she's like, Davin. So it was awesome. So it was just a lot of fun. Shout out to Gino specifically for this race. We just had a great time going back and forth for like the first half of that race, man. Just tight racing, bumping each other here and there. It was clean. It was just fun. It was a good ending to the season. So thanks for everybody
absolute brawl
involved.
that you had there with Gino Zito. My goodness. I saw that from the background views of the drivers, and my goodness, what an absolute brawl that was. But all right.
Yeah, I drove my heart out. Drove hard as I could.
It is a P3 spot in the standings for the number 3. Congratulations, Charlie Jones. Wish you the best going into season number 3.
Thank you, brother. That was good, man. We'll catch you next.
And I believe that will be it. Wow. I am still in shock from that finish. My goodness. I still haven't gotten my whole thought around that. But that will be it, ladies and gentlemen. What a finish to a tremendous season. Stefan Wagner, your race winner here from Homestead. His first race win of the Shake and Bake Racing League. And of course, on the final lap, where it all mattered the most, Davin Thornhill is your Season 2 Shake and Bake Cup Series champion. What a finish that was. I'm going to be talking about that for a while. My goodness. But that will be it. To everyone who has tuned in to Shake and Bake Sim TV here for the entirety of Season 2, thank you very much for your support. It was an absolute amazing show that Season 2 was, and we are excited to bring you some new stuff. Season 3 on its way, and around April, March, we still don't have a full date, but you have a ton of more stuff coming your way. Some IndyCar action, some GT3 action. Look forward to that. With that being said, that is how we will close off Season 2 of the Shake and Bake Racing League. My name is Spring Principal, host of Last Vibes here on YouTube. It has been an honor and pleasure to commentate this absolute amazing season. With that being said, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all until next time for Season 3. Peace out, guys, and have a wonderful rest of your night.